Welcome back, and as you can see, we're now back at the boat here in Rubicon in Lanzarote. And in this episode we're going to hopefully take a little tour around the island up to the north to the inner lake with the wing foiling equipment that's arrived safely on the aeroplane earlier this week, and give that a spin up there. We will do a little talk about some of the aspects of Patriot Games, the rig, and how that all works for us, and maybe what we've done to the boat in the last couple of years. And also we're going to get lifted out at the end of the week. You can see behind us probably is the boatyard where we'll get pulled out, and then the boat will be out of the water for a couple of weeks, and the guys are going to do some work on the underside, and we're having some new Kiwi deck grip put down to make the decks a lot less slippy for our transatlantic. So yeah, Rubicon's great. You can probably see behind us the marina, and then you've got the well-known One Bar, which is over there as well, which are great people that run that. So we'll be popping there this evening, maybe for a sundowner after a day of catching up on work and the jobs on Patriot Games. But look forward to this episode, and see you soon. So here we are on a bit of a road trip heading north in the national park here in Lanzarote. It really is, as you can see, quite barren and wonderful actually, with the lava fields and the volcanoes all around us. It really is quite an amazing place. So let's see what Julie's up to. Hello Julie.
Hello. I'm currently driving us to La Santa Inner Lake, where we are going to wingfoil if there's enough wind.
Wonderful. Well, let's hope there is. There was plenty down in the marina in the south. Let's hope that there's some in the north, but looking forward to going there, that's for sure. So here we are up at La Santa Inner Lake in the north of Lanzarote. It's a pretty cool place, great for windsurfing, wing foiling, when there's enough wind, of course. And in the distance you can probably see La Santa Resort, which is I suppose a high-end sports holiday location, great pools, facilities, and of course you've got the lake and sea to do all your water sports. So it's a pretty smart place. And then if you look along the coastline here, the contours, you can see a little inner wall that follows the contours of the lake, that helps to maintain constant depth, which is great for all the water sports that go on here. On the way back we pass Pontoon that you can see with its huge crater, and then we move through the wine region where the vines are grown in these little lava craters to protect them from the wind. So that's a pretty smart thing too.
Welcome everybody. We are here in Lanzarote Rubicon Marina, right in the middle of Kalima. So it's been very hot, extremely windy, and there's a lot of dust, red dust in the air. And it's pretty stifling at the moment, but the wind's died off, and we're going to interview Paul, who's going to talk through all the upgrades that we've made on Patriot Games, and it's Paul's version of Pimp My Ride.
As Julie said just now, we're going to have a look at some of the upgrades that we have made to Patriot Games, or PG that we call her. Obviously to make us faster through the water, but and also much more sufficient on the elements as well. So and to enable us to sail the boat double-handed, so just the two of us. So starting at the bow, we've upgraded by installing this bowsprit. We fly our new asymmetric 2 that we had made by Hyde in Villamora. It's a very powerful sail and really gets us going well in the light winds when it's behind us. We've also had this inner forestay more permanently attached. We've had the deck plate up and bolted it through the bulkhead, and a new plate made also in Portugal. So we'll fly the Storm Jib from here. We will probably need it at some point on our Atlantic travels. So looking up at the rig, this is a 7/8 fractional rig. Standard westerly typhoon rig, big swept back spreaders, which obviously gives the mast a lot of stability and protects it on the downwind. So walking back here, you'll see the tow rails along here, beautifully. Semcode is the product we use. Julie's put another couple of coats on this morning. It's a teak treatment solution that you don't have to rub down too much. You just apply a couple of coats every 6 months, and it keeps the wood in good order. So we're really pleased with that. We haven't got them up now, but we've got a new 130% overlapping Genoa that comes right back here, 2/3 back through the track, and we've also had a 110%, I suppose technically it's still Genoa, but a jib built that's much smaller, of course, for the heavier winds. But they've been made by Crusader Sails, along with our main sail, which is under the cover here now. So moving aft along the decks here, you can see at the back behind the bimini here that we have a frame that we've had made, and of course at the top there you can see our solar panels that give us around 300 watts of electricity and of power. And then of course, you know, traveling across the Atlantic and life in the Caribbean, and indeed life here in the Canaries, we have a wind generator. We had that fitted here, and the stainless steel was all made and fabricated here for us, so that'll be really useful with the shorter days going across the Atlantic and hopefully plenty of wind. It's an alternative. And I suppose the crown jewels of the upgrades, for me anyway, and I think other people that use it, is the hydrovane system on the back here. Obviously we've taken the vane off at the moment, but not only is it mechanically self-steering, but also of course it's a spare steering system should we ever lose the primary. It's a fantastic piece of kit. We used it coming down from the Algarve, and you can really rely on it. It's excellent. And for a bit of connectivity, of course we have our Starlink here that also is a real good addition to the boat. That's it really. We've got a new tender here, or tender engine I should say. Unfortunately the long-term Oliver slowly deteriorated, so this is our new Yamaha called Olivia, and we'll have a go at getting that started at some point later today. But anyway, there's a little overview of Patriot Games. Right, so something I am quite proud of is my engine flushing out system. Let's see if we can get this going. Good to get the salt water out. One of the great things about moving about with your boat in different parts of the world are the people you meet. So I've had the pleasure of sharing this pontoon with James Ketchell, who really, the best way of describing him is as a serial adventurer. This is his class 40 that he's bought to sail around the world, which is one great thing in itself. But his background is that he has already rode the Atlantic independently. He's cycled around the world, flown a gyrocopter around the world, and also climbed Mount Everest. So he's all about adventure. He's, by his own admittance, not an experienced sailor, but that doesn't hold him back. So we'll see him later today probably as he sets sail from here to the Cape Verde Islands. But it's been a lot of fun hanging out and getting to know him and his team and listening to their stories. So here we are back down the pontoon, and I've managed to catch James and the team prepping for their dock out later this afternoon. Now we've talked a lot about some of the great adventures that James has taken part in, but what I'll be really interested in is to know, what are you doing it for as far as supporting other organisations?
Yeah, thanks, Paul. So there's 2 charities that we're raising money for when we go around the world. The first charity is a charity called the Baton of Hope, which is a suicide prevention charity. I know someone who lost his son through suicide, and I said he could use the project to highlight his cause and raise money. And there's another charity called Kindle Spirit, which is an anti-trafficking charity. And again, I know the guy who runs that. Both charities are very small charities, so if we can raise a bit of money for them, it makes a big difference. So that's the charity element. And then I've kind of got an educational angle and program attached to this project. So using the Starlink on the boat, we're streaming content into schools and taking kids on a virtual journey around the world. And each time I stop, I'm trying to speak in a school in each country I go to. So that's kind of like what,
that's just fantastic. That gives even more purpose to the wonderful things you're doing.
It's not just some lunatics trying to go around the world. I mean, we are, but it has a purpose too.
Wonderful. Well, I'll be around later to see you off, but
cool.
Safe travels.
Thanks, mate.
Nice to see you. Good luck.
Thank you.
And what a fitting way to end this episode, watching James and the team, the guys, leaving Rubicon off to Cape Verde. It's about 1,000 miles. But they'll do that in about 4 to 5 days. So see you next time.